In the Now podcast.
Welcome.
We are your hosts. My name is Signorina.
And my name is Praise.
And yeah, we're doing this podcast together.
We're doing this podcast together.
Yeah. I mean, you guys should know that at this point.
You should know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
What do we have today? I don't have no notes, so I'm really relying on you.
Well.
She got the notes. She got the keys. Yeah. There's a funny video about that. We'll post it
Yeah. Yeah.
in Paris when we were there. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Let's get into this episode.
Hey, first of all, how are you doing?
Oh my god.
When last did we see each other?
Oh my god.
See, we don't live in the same place. I have to ask you.
Every time we record, we do this.
Yeah, especially if we haven't like seen each other in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I'm doing well.
How's life?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Life is good. Life is good. Like a lot to be grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Life is good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was short and simple, but it's fine. We're gonna allow that.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. Life is good. I'm really happy. I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh,
It's like a holiday.
we got other places to be tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the topic of
Mm-hmm.
the topic of today.
Yeah. The topic is protecting your peace.
Interesting. I went to work today
Mm-hmm.
and then I told you to, figure out what we're going to talk about in our podcast today. And she sent this thing. Interesting. Why?
Honestly, just everything life. How do I even put this?
Yeah.
When I talk to people,
Mm-hmm.
I realize that people don't have, like, a lot of people are going through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are going through
Mm.
the same things,
Yeah.
struggling with the same issues.
Mm.
And one of the biggest issues is like anxiety, like panic.
Panic attacks.
Yeah.
Mm.
And just like struggling with just being with yourself,
Mm.
being at peace in
Yeah.
like
It's almost like struggling with the mundane things, like
yeah.
the everyday things.
Yeah, because like those things affect like everything else in your life.
Mm.
Like if you don't have peace, you're going to have sleeping problems,
Yeah.
or you're going to have concentration problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like it affects every part of your life.
Yeah.
So I just thought, it's important. It's really important to talk about like
Yeah.
things like this. And yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had that you're at work and then like something is on your mind that you can't just get rid of it? Like you're thinking about something and like you don't have peace about something.
Yeah.
Man, I've had those moments way too many times.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a reminder to me that it's really important for you to protect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
protect your peace,
Yeah.
and take yourself away from situations
Yeah.
that really hinder your life.
Yeah.
Like it's not everything you have to carry on your
Mm-hmm.
head,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to other people's matters.
Yeah.
I do believe in us being empathetic and being there
Mm-hmm.
for each other,
Yeah.
and just like bearing each other's
Mm-hmm.
burdens.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in the Bible. I
Yeah.
do believe in that, but also, the Bible also says to guard
Mm-hmm.
your heart with all diligence,
Yeah.
because out of it are the issues of life.
Yeah.
So while you are carrying each other's burdens
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to help the other person,
Yeah.
please take care of you, because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't take care of yourself, you are going to fall in the same ditch and you can't help the other
Mm-hmm.
person because you're struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's something I
Mm.
wrote in my notes as well, that like don't be ashamed of acknowledging your own limits.
Yeah.
Like don't be afraid of saying, "Hey, this is where I can like this is how far I can go.
Mm.
Like I can't give more than this."
Yeah.
I think we are afraid of acknowledging that. We're afraid of admitting it.
Yeah.
We are afraid of seeming weak.
Mm.
But it's not weakness, it's actually strength for you to be
Yeah.
able to say, this is how much I can do. I can't help you more than
Mm.
this. I can't commit more than this.
Mm.
And you just leave it at that.
Yeah. Do you ever feel guilty though when you
Yeah.
tell people that you can't do something
Yeah.
or that you don't want to do something? Because you
Yes.
kind of have to say like, sorry, I
Yes.
don't want to
Yeah.
do this. Not just that you can't, but you
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
because you're protecting yourself.
Yeah. I do. I
Yeah.
do.
So how do you cope with that? How do you deal with that?
Honestly, I feel like it's there's no, I don't think there's any like quick way of completely getting rid of it.
Never. Yeah.
But I think the more you see why you couldn't do it,
Uh-huh.
the more peace you have
Absolutely.
and the less guilt you have about whatever the thing is. Like when you
Mm.
because if the truth is actually that you can't do that thing or it's not worth it per
Mm.
se at the time, then how whenever that thing unfolds, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to just be like, oh yeah, exactly. That's why I couldn't do it, you know?
Yeah.
So that helps with the guilt. And if maybe that doesn't happen, just tell yourself that you just didn't want to do it. Like that just tell yourself that this is it was just well, it wasn't for you.
Mm.
Like basically it wasn't for you. And there's no shame in that. There's
Yeah.
no guilt in that, even though you might feel guilty, but there is
Mm.
no reason
Mm.
to feel guilty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting because, like, I think about my life, especially those that are close to me, because
Mm.
I hate, disappointing people.
Oh, yeah.
I really do like hate
Yeah.
when I have to like let someone down.
Mm.
It's not a nice feeling at
Mm.
all. And
Mm.
I just, if I could live life without that,
Yeah.
I would. But it's part of life. And I feel like also moments like that when you disappoint someone or you let
Mm.
them down, not
Yeah.
necessarily it's a bad thing. It's just you
Mm.
not being able to be there for someone or doing something that they would want you to do. I feel like going through that and learning how to say no as
Mm.
well, it really builds you up
It's
as a
so
person.
important. Yeah.
And it's just the ability to say, no,
Yeah.
I cannot. And you
Mm.
stand by it, you
Yeah,
stick by
you
it.
stand by it and you
Yeah.
are okay with
You
saying no.
thank you.
Like you are genuinely
Yeah.
okay.
Because also one thing that happens with human beings is that we want to retrieve immediately and be like, you
Yeah.
know what, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
I don't mean that
I
I
can
can,
do it. I
yeah,
can do
I
it.
can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
An interesting thing is that we recently talked about boundaries, right? And in
Mm.
my head, I was thinking, man, if this person will do this thing again, should I just like be
Mm.
okay with it? But
Yeah.
then I thought to myself that if you allow a person to like, if you have set a boundary,
Yeah.
you have to like keep the boundary. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't come and change what you said because the person will not learn.
Yeah.
Like if you set boundaries, certain types of boundaries,
Yeah.
you should stick by it, and it's
Absolutely.
hard.
Yeah.
So how do you like manage boundaries? How do you set boundaries? Do you set boundaries? You definitely do.
Yeah, I
But
feel like for me it's more
yeah.
of a like subconscious thing. Like
Same though.
I don't
Yeah.
think I ever like write down, oh, this are my boundaries. Okay, for some people I do. Not
Mm.
like not write down, but like for
Yeah.
some people I consciously like tell myself, okay,
Yeah.
this is how far we're going to go in this relationship.
Mm.
Like this is how much I'm going to let you into my life.
Mm.
So I do have that. But I think it has more to do with the person than me.
Then you, oh yeah, I get you
Mm,
fully,
yeah,
fully. Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
has
yeah.
more to do with the other
Yeah. We
person
think alike.
than me, you
Yeah.
know. It's not like a thing of, oh, I don't want to like share my life with you per se.
Mm.
It's more of a, can I share myself?
Yeah. Can I trust
Can
you?
I trust you
Mm.
to carry this information? Or
Yeah.
just not even information, can I trust you to carry this relationship?
Yeah. And
Um
and partly your life,
and my life,
Yeah.
yeah, and everything that comes with my life, because
Yeah.
it's not just the good times, it's not just the
Mm.
laughter and everything, it's
The
also
good, the bad, the ugly.
the ugly, the
Yeah.
ugly,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I
Mm.
think it's more about that.
Mm.
It's a kind of, it's a, okay, I see you, I see what you're showing me,
Mm.
and based on that I'm going to be like, okay, well,
Yeah.
no hate,
Mm.
no bad blood, but this
Yeah.
is how far we're gonna go. And
Yeah.
that's it. And that is so important because when you
Mm.
don't do that, you are the one suffering.
Absolutely. Thank you. Talk about that.
You are the one
Yeah.
suffering. Like recently, I had a conversation with a friend, and she was asking me, like, she was kind of looking for permission to cut off someone else in her life.
Mm.
And I was listening to her, and I was just like, well, it sounds to me like you've made a choice.
Yeah.
Like it sounds to me like you don't want this person in your life.
Yeah.
So why are you looking for permission? Like it's, you are
Mm.
allowed
Yeah.
to come to a conclusion where you're like, okay, this relationship is not worth
It's
it.
not
It's
beneficial.
not beneficial for me,
Mm.
because there is no way you can be in a relationship and you're feeling anxious.
Mm.
Like a relationship that
Yeah.
causes you anxiety.
Mm.
Not because it's like toxic or like anything, but like when
Yeah.
you have to like constantly think about, oh, what do I do? How do I do it?
Mm,
How do they feel? That's a lot of anxiety that you don't need to be worrying
yeah,
about.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. And I feel like in relationships where you have to think so much about how did the other person take it, how do
yeah,
they feel,
yeah,
is really like extra
yeah,
stress on
that's a lot
you.
of burden.
It is
Yeah.
because I feel like if you're going to have people in your life that are
Mm,
close, you can't, not for long, you can't
yeah.
live like that, that you always have to second guess what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
how they feel.
Yeah.
And I should just take you for your, like, at your word.
Yeah,
If you say that
absolutely.
this is
Yeah.
this, I do believe you
Mm-hmm.
on that, and I have peace about it,
Yeah.
because sometimes you're like, are you sure that the
Yeah.
person feels like this? Are you
Mm.
sure that the person understood? And that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you also said something about boundaries, as I asked you, like, about
Mm.
boundaries. I feel like what you're also saying is just like prevention is better than like cure. So
Yeah.
you are making sure that even
Yeah.
before you enter like friendships, relationships,
Yeah.
things like that, like, you have boundaries. You have
Yeah.
certain things that you just don't,
Mm-hmm.
do. And I feel like it's the same with me.
Yeah.
Because it's not that easy to just come into my life and you are somebody close, right?
Yeah.
Because there are so like many steps
Mm-hmm.
prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is really important
Yeah.
for us to have, especially as young people,
Mm.
because I feel like when you're young, like in your 20s, people can just come and
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like a lot
And
of
you
people.
almost feel like you have to
Yeah.
accept those people
Mm.
because you think, oh, I'm young, like,
Mm.
I want to make friends,
Yeah.
I want to be open.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
and can we just talk about how sometimes it's not really about the person, it's about you not having capacity for the friendship,
Wow.
for
You
the
you said,
for the
yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you don't have the
You don't.
capacity. Like because like when someone comes into your life and they're
Mm.
just like maybe they're going through a lot and blah blah blah, and you feel like, oh wow, I would really love to help this person, but then
Mm.
you realize you don't have the emotional capacity,
Mm.
you don't have the mental strength to deal with whatever they're going through,
Yeah.
and you just have to be honest with yourself and be like, as much as I want to help you, I have to tap out.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and now another thing, because you're talking about helping people, and I feel like the relationships of like you helping a person versus you
Mm,
being their friend is
yeah,
quite different.
yeah,
Because when you're a friend, I can help you in a different way,
yeah,
because we are also friends.
yeah,
But those relationships where you are most likely just helping a person
mm,
get through something, go through something,
yeah,
I feel like it takes more on you,
yeah,
so somehow when it comes to protecting your peace, you also have to differentiate like those
mm,
your relationships, because you have
yeah,
to know,
mm,
are we friends
yeah.
or what this entire thing is.
Exactly,
Am I
like
just helping you?
defining your friendship,
Thank you.
defining your friendship,
Yeah.
because when you define your friendship as a
Mm.
helping relationship,
Yeah.
you're able to take things that you wouldn't take from a friend.
My dear.
And because you know the relationship is
Yeah.
temporary,
Mm-mm.
you're also able to endure
More.
more because
Yes.
you know I'm helping this person, I'm
Yes.
pouring into them
Exactly.
for this time,
Yeah.
and it's not going to last forever.
Mm.
This is just a momentarily thing.
Mm.
But when it's a friendship, like a
Yeah.
long
Oh,
term
we gotta talk.
situation,
We gotta talk and adjust ourselves.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot because
Mm.
who is pouring into you?
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh.
Uh,
No, but that's really important, defining your relationships. And
mm-hmm.
like I think we've talked in other episodes about like everyone has, you have a place in somebody's life,
Oh yeah,
a
yeah,
certain place like in
yeah,
somebody's life. You're
yeah.
not everyone's
You're not
best
all
friend.
that
You are not the most important person to
for
everyone,
everyone.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is also really important for you to just like know, and
Mm-hmm.
also have that in your own life. It's not
Mm-hmm.
everyone that can be your
Mm-hmm.
best friend.
Yeah.
And even like truly, I don't think that we need as human beings
Mm.
like tens of thousands of best friends.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that. You
Yeah.
need few friends.
Yeah.
Truly, you need few
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Yeah. And I think,
Few close ones
yeah.
anyway.
And something else that happens when you don't define friendships
Mm.
is then you get hurt
Yeah.
and then you're carrying a lot of like grudges. You're
Mm.
carrying a lot of like
Anger.
offenses and anger and bitterness.
Mm.
And then because you allow everyone to come into your life,
Mm.
they hurt you.
Yeah.
Then you're stuck with that, all
Mm.
of that baggage.
Yeah.
And those things lead to other problems, you
Mm.
know?
I do.
Like I was talking to my father like a while ago.
Mm.
Like this was like in the context of marriage,
Of
of
course.
course. It was in the context of
Of course.
marriage, but
Yeah.
he said, like, don't ever allow anything or anyone to cause you to lose your joy.
Wow.
Like protect your joy,
Mm.
protect your peace. And he said that because it's a decision that you have to make consciously and
Yeah.
intentionally.
Mm.
It's not something that just happens. Like you can't rely on someone else to protect your peace for you.
Yeah.
You
Or
can't rely
joy.
on your joy. Like just
Mm.
because your best friend is your best friend, like they can't protect your peace for you.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
it can be that when they're happy, you're happy.
Yeah,
When
it's
they're
not
sad, you're
possible.
sad.
It shouldn't be like that.
It
That's
can't.
not life.
You're not gonna go far like
You
that.
can't.
Like you are going to have quite the miserable life.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely. Don't do that.
yeah. So like I was saying, like
Mm.
when you don't
Mm.
have defined relationships, like
Mm.
you will take anything.
That's the thing. Like, I can't get over what you said, that when you are helping people, you tolerate more. Like, I
Yeah,
can't get over it. It's just ringing in my head
yeah.
because it's so true. Like, a person
Mm,
can literally, just because of the way that they are, they can offend you.
yeah,
But you know that they don't mean this thing. And you're
yeah.
just like, okay, they don't
Mm,
even know me that well.
yeah,
And I'm not gonna be here forever.
yeah.
It's not like me and you, we're going to journey
Mm-hmm.
together and do life together, because
Yeah.
it's different. If it's a defined,
Mm,
friendship, you know that, hey, we are going to journey together.
yeah,
You're going to discuss about certain things. You're not going to
yeah,
allow things just to
yeah.
like fly over
Mm-hmm.
your head, but you're going to sit down and be like, hey, by the way, this and that
Mm,
that we discussed is not
mm-hmm.
going to work long
Yeah.
term.
Mm,
So that,
mm-hmm.
but you really really have to protect your peace.
Protect your
Yeah, I
peace.
always say value your life.
Yeah.
Everybody value your life. Your life
Mm,
is valuable no matter
yeah.
who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
You
have
are
to protect your peace.
valuable.
Peace.
Yeah.
uh,
And you're allowed
mm.
to have certain standards.
Please.
You're
Thank
allowed
you.
to
Go
make
ahead.
certain demands.
Mm.
You're allowed to insist on some issues
Yeah.
and on some preferences because
Mm.
that's what they are. They're
Mm.
preferences, but they're your preferences, and
Yeah.
you're allowed to demand for that.
Yeah. And can we talk about self-confidence? Because I
Hmm.
feel like when you're confident in yourself, it is easier for you to protect
Yeah.
your peace.
Yeah.
Because if you're insecure,
Yeah.
you allow things to just come
Yeah.
anyhow, and you allow people
You
to
feel like you deserve what you're getting.
thank you, and you allow people to treat you anyhow
Mm-hmm.
because they feel like, because that's saying that
Yeah.
you show people how to treat you.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true, like,
It's absolutely true.
is true,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like, if we go back to how you prevent things rather
Mm,
than
mm,
allow things just to play out. Like, if you, like, at the beginning of friendships, relationships,
mm.
you tell people how to treat you,
Yeah.
you are preventing rubbish that would come later. Like, truly truly truly, because from the get-go they know, okay,
Yeah.
this
With
person is
this
not
person,
playing.
I can't just lie and
Yeah.
get away with it.
You will
With this
not.
person, I can't just like
Wait.
not show up for a meeting and get
Yeah.
away with it.
Mm-mm. And that really really quickly
Yeah.
will show you your own position in
Yes.
that friendship. So
Yes.
you have to have self-confidence also, because
Mm-hmm.
it will help you to
Mm-hmm.
protect your peace. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because you will
Absolutely.
also, like, if you don't have that, you will also feel like you're not deserving, like you said,
Yeah.
and that's not funny.
Mm. Mm-mm.
That's not funny.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, like, I definitely feel like it's
Mm.
just this topic, like, there's so
There's
much
so
depth,
much. Like
so much that we could talk
there
about.
is so much. And I just want
Yeah.
to like emphasize on like what we've been already saying,
Mm.
that protecting your own peace is not selfish.
It's not.
Sometimes you're going to feel selfish.
Mm.
Sometimes people are going to make you feel
Mm.
selfish, but it's not selfish.
Yeah, but sorry, in
Yeah.
fact, sometimes you have to be selfish about your
Well,
well-being.
yeah. Actually, yeah.
Sometimes you have to, because you can't actually go like the extra mile for people
Mm,
and you don't take care of yourself.
yeah.
Like, truly, like, that's also you valuing
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
able to
Mm-hmm.
sometimes say, absolute,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a mother that sacrifices for her children
mm,
to a point where she loses her own life.
isn't.
Who will take care of them kids?
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
protecting yourself
Mm,
and taking care of yourself
yeah.
is going to take care of your children.
Yeah, and that enables you to also pour to people. It
Exactly.
enables you to come, again, and be
Mm,
there for people, and
yeah.
be able to pour. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't take care of yourself, there is nothing that you can give.
Yeah.
Like, you are running low, so
Mm-hmm.
on everything, so you
Yeah.
won't be able to give.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's always funny, like when I meet new people
Mm.
and then they ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" And I tell them that, I moved to Tampere from Helsinki.
Mm.
And they're like, "Oh, like, oh, that must be like hard and stuff." And like,
Mm.
"Oh, well, you got into school in Tampere, like, well, what could you do? Like,
Mm,
of
mm,
course you have to move here. And I'm like, no, actually, I got
mm,
into two schools in Helsinki, but I
mm.
chose to come to Tampere. And
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
did.
what? Like,
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
And I'm like, I just knew.
yeah,
I just knew I had
yeah,
peace about it, and I
yeah.
had to protect my own peace.
Mm.
And my family didn't like
Talk
it.
about yeah, but they cool now. They're cool now. At first, they didn't like it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like at first, like
Mm.
this is so funny. My father,
He's the
he's an
funny.
African man.
Yes.
So like at first I got into two schools in Helsinki and he was like,
Mm,
oh, that's amazing, like
mm,
congrats. And then I got into Tampere.
mm.
And then he was like, oh, you don't need that.
Yeah, he literally said you
he
don't
was
need
like,
that.
he was like, oh, you don't need that. And I was like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean I don't need that? It's an option.
Yeah,
It's an option because like that's like that was like his natural instinct, you know.
yeah. It's also to protect you. That's how he felt. Yeah, in the
Of
moment.
course,
Yeah.
But then I was like,
Mm.
I have to protect my peace.
Yeah.
I have to protect my peace. Like when it came to moving in, like moving out of the house,
Mm.
like he didn't want me to move in by myself. He didn't want me to live by myself. Like
Yeah.
he wanted me to have like roommates, and I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to live
Can't
with
do it.
people. I want to protect my peace. I want to live by myself.
Mm.
I feel fine living by myself.
Yeah.
And here I am 3.5 years later, almost 4 years later,
Mm.
and I'm absolutely like no regrets.
No regrets.
No
Yeah.
regrets whatsoever. Like
Same.
everything is just like I feel like everything was just how it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Girl moving out by herself, like that might sound kind of scary. I get it.
To an African parent. Yes.
Yes. But now I'm just like, wow, thank God I did.
Mm.
Thank God I did. Like there is nothing like going back to your own house, sitting down with your own thoughts
Yeah.
because you have trained yourself to sit down with your own thoughts
Ooh, thank
because
you.
some people
Yeah.
cannot even
And
do
you
that
can be alone and you're okay.
and you're okay by yourself.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're alone, but you're
Yeah.
not lonely.
Thank you. That's the
There's
thing.
a difference,
Yeah, you are
you know,
alone but not lonely. Thank
because
you.
some people have anxiety just by being
By
literally
themselves.
by themselves,
Mm.
being alone, and that is not okay. So
Mm.
I think that also comes with protecting your peace,
Yeah.
your physical like peace, your surrounding, and also
Mm.
your mental and like emotional
Yeah.
well-being and peace.
Absolutely. And I'm there with you because when you moved, I moved as well. We
Yeah.
got to uni at the same time. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember like also going there. I had to like go. I didn't my points didn't reach. So that was the only option I got. And I had to move to Rauma to those that live in Finland. They would get that. But anyway, I had to move there and it wasn't funny, but I knew that
Mm.
okay, it's a new chapter and
Yeah.
it will definitely give me peace. And in
Mm-hmm.
fact, you are the one that told me because like the day when I knew that I will have to move there or like that's
Yeah.
the only place I got, I was
Mm.
crying. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my goodness, I
God,
can't
how
go.
could you let this
I
happen
can't
to
go to
me?
that village. What am I gonna do there?" Sorry to all my normalize it. Like, what am I gonna do there? And
Mm.
then you said something like that it will give you or bring you so much peace.
Yeah.
And I remember that till
Mm.
this day. And it
Mm.
absolutely did.
It
In
did.
fact, it was like a safe place for me.
Yeah.
Every time some rubbish happened in Helsinki, I could just run back to, my house. And I was far away. So you knew that I can't make it. I'm not
Mm.
in your city. I'm not there. So I can just tell you that I'm not available because I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. And, I think it was such a good time because it also helped me to set
Mm.
boundaries with
Yeah.
some people that I
Yeah.
needed to set boundaries with.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it's something that you need. You need
Yeah.
your own,
Mm-hmm.
space. Even
Yeah.
when I moved back to Helsinki, I was living at my mom's for a good while. And I said, Mama, I can't do this for life.
Love you though.
I can't do this for life. And I had to move out.
Yeah.
And she lives very close to me. We're like 15 minutes
Yeah.
by foot. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not bad, but I love the fact that I still have so
Mm-hmm.
much peace. Genuinely, I love that.
Yeah. And I feel
Yeah.
like we should be training more independent
Strong,
i-
independent.
thinkers,
Thank you. Absolutely.
like from when they're
Our
young.
generation is too weak.
Like we're so
We
weak.
are too weak.
Like we are so weak.
Too weak.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
not funny.
It's ridiculous.
Because this thing that you said about you being able to be alone, and you are fine.
These are
Like
the
you're not
these
going
are the
crazy. These are the
basics.
basics.
These are literally the basics, but
Yeah.
we don't have it. We
Yeah.
don't got it together.
Yeah.
Like
In fact, I'm fine being alone. I like being alone.
yeah.
You know, like seriously, it's something that you have to be able to do because sometimes you have conversations with people and they say they actually can't be alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You need to get to that point and you're fine. Not
Mm-hmm.
that you start spiraling or any other crazy
Yeah.
thing. Obviously, I have the Lord, I have Jesus, so
Well,
like he's definitely keeping me.
that's the
That's I think that's the core.
that's like
That's the
let's
main
say
thing.
like 80%
Yeah,
of
I was about to
it.
say 90.
But yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, so that just enables you to be so okay
Mm.
even when you're alone. And
Yeah.
I feel like this thing will not make sense to everybody because some people will be like, what do you mean being alone? Like
Yeah.
what is about that?" But
Mm-hmm.
some people like actually go through a lot
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Like they just can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. But I feel
Mm.
like when you are a young person in your 20s,
Yeah.
train up yourself,
Yeah.
train up yourself
Mm.
and
It's not too late. Like
it's
even if
not.
you were not like that growing up,
Yeah.
even if like maybe something happened in your
Yeah.
family while you're growing up,
Mm,
trauma, blah blah blah,
yeah.
it's not too late.
It's never too
It's
late,
never too
please.
late
Yeah.
to take your own destiny
Mm.
into your
Into
own
your hands, yeah.
hands
Yeah, and
and
change the
change your
course of your
life.
yeah, change the course of
Yeah.
your life. Like please do it. It doesn't matter what you have been through.
Mm-hmm.
It affects, but it
Of
doesn't
course.
matter because you can always
It doesn't
change.
define your end.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Mm.
You can always change your life, You have to just be,
Mm.
conscious about it and make the effort.
Yeah.
It's really important,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And I feel like we're alike in the way that we were trained,
Mm,
in the way that our parents raised us,
yeah.
because like they didn't even raise us to be dependent on them.
Mm-mm.
And that is
Ooh.
something that is so what is the word I'm even looking for?
Mm,
It's just something that is has been so significant in our
yeah.
lives. And I don't even think we realized it until maybe like later in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Because even like when I got to uni, and my mom has always been telling me
Mm,
this thing is in Lingala, it's mi batela, which means to
mm,
take care of yourself.
yeah.
And it's somewhere in the back of my head, or I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know where the
Mm-hmm.
memory place is at,
Honestly,
where
I
at.
should know. I should know.
I
I
know
don't
that, thank you.
know. Is it
But
at the back?
anyway,
I don't
no,
know.
but it's in the back of my head and it's there and it will forever be there. And it's something that I will teach my kids,
Mm,
which means to take care of yourself, to
mm,
protect yourself.
yeah.
It doesn't matter if no one is there for me, you be there for yourself.
Wow.
That is like the depth of it. And African parents are always saying, "Oh, one day I will not be here."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
hate when my
yeah,
mom
yeah,
says that.
yeah, yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
that. Like, "Oh,
yeah,
one day I will not be here. You people have to live your life." And it's
yeah,
true,
yeah,
actually. Like they have a point
yeah.
that one day our parents will not be
Like
here when we are
actually,
older,
older
very,
when I'm
very
like
old.
90.
Thank you. Very old. And it's true. So you have to protect yourself and you have to take care of yourself. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I just want everyone to have a good life.
Yeah,
And you are so much in charge of that.
yeah. You have the power.
You have the power to
You
make your
have
life
the
good,
power.
and that is just something that I will always cherish and like
Mm,
keep in my heart to
yeah.
protect myself and to take
Mm,
care of myself.
mm-hmm.
When I went to uni, I had
Mm-hmm.
that, like, and throughout my life I will
Yeah.
always think about taking care of myself.
Yeah.
As much as you take care of others, you
Mm-hmm.
protect others and you look for the best, or you
Yeah.
desire the
Yeah.
best for
Mm-hmm.
others. you
You
you are
first.
important.
You
Take care of
first.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just one thing my mom has taught me, and it has stayed with me, and it will therefore stay with me
Mm-hmm.
forever
Yeah.
because it's so important.
Yeah, and it's been with me since you told me.
Really.
Yeah. Like Lena's mama said, take care of yourself.
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's true because sometimes you will not have people that
Mm.
will be there for you,
Yeah.
and sometimes even your friends can't be there for you
Yeah.
like that. Like sometimes I can't be there for you the way
Yeah,
that you desire.
same, same.
And same, I
And
know,
I
I
know,
know.
and of
Yeah.
course you feel,
But that's
yeah,
where that take care of yourself,
yeah,
mibatala, comes in. You
mm-hmm,
take care of yourself,
yeah,
as much as we carry each other and carry,
mm,
the people that we have in our lives
mm,
ourselves, the most
yeah,
important thing. And
mm-hmm,
I think I said it in one episode that I don't
mm,
have to encourage you the way that I encourage others. Like say, please come on, cheer up and things like that,
yeah,
because I know that you'll take care
yeah,
of you.
yeah,
It doesn't mean
yeah,
that when she needs support or something,
mm,
I can't be there
mm,
for her. I
mm,
will, and I will come in full force.
yeah,
Like you say, when I love, I love.
yeah,
when I love you, you know.
Yes, she
So
does.
it means that I will come in full force. I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me, what are you saying? You know,
Yeah.
if you need me to pray with you, I will
Yeah.
pray with you, pray for you,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever like other things I have to do, I will.
Yeah.
If I need to speak to you, I will speak to
Absolutely.
you,
Mm.
encourage you, lift you up.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Mm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
important, but
Yeah.
also we need to be able to do that to ourselves.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like you have to remember that the healthier you are, the healthier daughter you're going to be, the
Yeah,
healthier sister you're going to
the
be,
healthier wife.
the healthier wife, husband,
Mm,
like whatever,
yeah,
friend.
yeah, and that's
So
what we should be
yeah.
aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy in
Healthy
like, yeah,
relationships. Yeah.
all around.
All round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, that's a lot.
That was a whole lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But I hope you guys were able to get something
Yeah.
out of
I
this
I almost got
episode.
triggered.
Right,
I was
right.
like, protect yourself.
Protect
Yeah,
yourself.
but do please. Yeah.
Protect yourself.
Hmm.
You're important.
Yeah.
You matter.
Yeah. Make sure you live your life in the best way possible, in the healthiest way possible.
Yeah.
Just make sure you take care of yourself and take care of the people that are in your life
Mm-hmm.
around you.
Yeah. And allow
You know.
people to help you.
Thank you.
Because when I say you have the power to change your life,
Yeah.
you have the power to call other people.
Yeah.
You have the power to demand for
Mm.
help. Because if you don't do anything,
Mm.
like if your hands are like fist is closed,
Yeah.
you can't receive anything.
Mm.
You receive when your hands are open and
Thank
when
you.
your heart is open.
Yeah.
So, as much as I say you have the power, it doesn't
Mm.
mean that you are self sufficient.
Mm.
It doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you are going to, you don't need anyone else in your life. So,
Mm. And people are more willing to help you than you think.
yeah.
You know, there have been like, now that you spoke, like I remember a moment where me and some of my siblings, we went to meet someone and we're literally sat with the person. We just spoke for like
Mm,
3 hours and
wow.
we're like, these are the things. And we cried. It was so
Mm,
therapeutic, you
hmm,
know, and we just cried and we're like, this is your moment. Take
mm-hmm.
this moment, take this chance and change your life. Go ahead,
Wow.
you know.
That,
And
you said it.
yeah.
I don't
So
have
allow
anything. Yeah.
people to help you. People are willing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most random day. I was doing something.
Wow.
I met my brother, I think, somewhere like in the
Mm,
city
mm-hmm.
center. And then my sister came along somehow. And
Mm-hmm.
randomly at that moment we're like, okay, we're gonna go. And we did, you know, and it was
Hmm.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's that.
That's that.
My friends, protect yourself, take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting your peace. Oh gosh.
Protect your peace.
Yeah. All right. This is an episode you have to share with someone.
Yeah.
This is an episode you have to share with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Share it with someone that you love, that you care
Yeah.
about. I feel like that's what we always say about. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
c'est la vie. All right. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for listening.
Mm,
Thank you for all your support. We
yeah.
are so grateful
We're
and we're
grateful.
so touched.
Yeah. And for the messages and the
Yeah.
love and everything, for sharing and
Thank you.
reposting. We're grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just two little girls trying. I am
Who you talking about?
you. But yeah, we don't
Yeah.
know what we're doing
Yeah,
anyway.
we don't. We
So
are also figuring it out. We're just
exactly.
talking.
So
Yeah.
thank you for coming
Thank you.
on our journey. And
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
All right.
see you in the next
In the
episode.
next one. Bye.